3, 2, 1. Kapowie. What's up, Alejandro? How you doing?
What's up? I'm pretty good. How about you?
What's going on, man?
Not much. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Actually,
Yeah, I'm excited. This is my first podcast.
First
I've ever
one?
done, so
we're popping cherries left and right this month. Lots of firsts, but yeah, welcome on, man. I just wanted to, get a feel for you. We met at the open mic.
right?
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. You had an awesome set.
Thank you.
I mean, the crowd loved you, obviously.
Yeah.
Like they wanted an encore and otro. And
They were very sweet. I was totally blown away. I couldn't
Really?
believe it. Yeah.
How long have you been playing live music like that?
Live music for about 6 years, maybe.
6 years?
Yeah, on and off because I've been in school, so I get busy and then I'll take breaks and I won't play for a while. But
Gotcha.
I'm recently starting to get back into live music, trying to
Okay.
do more open mics and stuff.
Gotcha. What was your first experience doing an open mic?
My brother actually started hosting open mics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got into the comedy scene in San Diego, and then he started setting up open mics and inviting all kinds of artists. And so I was, of course, one of his first
Oh, sweet.
performers.
So are you originally from San Diego?
Yeah, I grew up in San Diego, North
Nice.
County, kind of
Okay.
like Oceanside area, if you know where that is.
Gotcha. I don't. I just the only area I know is just Old Town and Barrio Logan
Mm.
It's like passing like the boobs, right?
Yeah, right past the boobs
by the tits.
after San Clemente.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like right there, right before you get into the.
The first city you see, yeah, that's Oceanside. So I live a little more inland, Vista. That's where I'm from, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm from San Diego.
Oh,
I say because
Awesome.
usually nobody knows where that North County is anyway.
right. You just tell them San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Same thing with like Whittier or Chino. Yeah, we're LA. Like everybody, like all my friends on the East Coast, like they know Gill from LA, and obviously I'm not
I'm
in
like,
LA.
Chino is not LA.
No, well
I
that's
know.
what they said.
But it's the closest city. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, even the dude from Texas, Yuli, even he said, he was like, oh yeah, I was in LA and hanging out with Gil, but obviously, this is not LA.
I
But
didn't know that.
so about 6 years on and off playing music.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was your first song? Is your first song on voice memos?
No. It's hard to say what my first song was. I started writing songs in like high school and I was like 10, 15 years ago or more. I don't know.
Right.
At this point, yeah. No, at least 10 years. At least 10 years, right? So I started writing songs. I'd go through them. I liked some of them. I'd totally forget them or just let them go, kind of move past them. A lot of my first ones were just kind of building blocks and stuff
Gotcha.
that the current songs that I posted on
Yeah.
Spotify grew out of. So
Oh, okay.
I would combine like fragments of songs or like chop them up and just keep what I like and combine other lyrics and all kinds of stuff. So it really is just like I just Frankenstein those songs up.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Frankenstein them.
Yeah.
So playing music, like when was the first time you picked up a guitar
Oh,
or even thought about singing? Like,
yeah.
like
Well-
what inspired you to do that?
Well, I got a guitar from my aunt in Mexico. She gave me a really nice classical nylon string guitar.
I was gonna ask what kind of strings.
Yeah, that's so that was nice for my fingers and then easy to start on. And I had friends that like just would teach me songs at school. I would take it to school and just spend my lunch trying to learn guitar or go on YouTube and just try and teach myself. So mostly I'd say I'm self-taught just from like trying to Google things and learn chords and just see like what the best way I can present that is,
Let me see if my theory is correct. What were the first 3 chords that you learned?
Probably G, A minor, D or something.
Okay, I gotcha. It's in there. I think that's top 5. I usually think of C,
Yeah.
as one of the top three: C, G, D, E, and of course A, and then B flat too.
There's definitely like the main ones
With that with that bar,
yeah.
that barcode B flat.
Right.
So who like listening to music like at an early age? Who are most of your inspirations? Guitar wise or music?
Jack White was definitely my first inspiration to even learn guitar. He was like, I really like the White Stripes and his kind of music and stuff, but I saw one of his documentaries, and I don't remember the name. I saw it like way back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just talking about how, music doesn't have to be fancy guitars or equipment or anything. He's talking about like old school, like blues from the South and stuff. That's where he comes from. And he played these tracks like just a cappella, like blues songs that were like, this is what a song is, and you can come up with it real quick and you can create it. And I'm like, okay, I could do that. I can start with simple things and I can just express what I know and what I feel and stuff like that.
And he's narrating this book, this movie, or
the documentary,
is it the documentary?
Yeah. So it's him.
Can you see if you can find that number?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page was in that?
Jimmy Page was in it. The guy from U2, I think. I forget his name.
Bono?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's him.
Irish dude? Irish?
Or the guitarist from that band. I forget. I don't know if he is. Yeah, but anyway, it was one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even Jimmy Page was talking about how he like spent his whole life learning classical music and then eventually just never looked at written music again.
Is that the one? It might get loud.
That's what it said on there.
It might be. I don't remember the name at all. But yeah, that's if it's about Jack White just talking about his music, then yeah.
Do you have the volume up on that?
Yeah, this is definitely it. Yeah, he made a guitar out of a Coke bottle and a 2x4. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he does that a lot. The Edge, that's his name.
Gotcha.
But it just so happens that the instruments are there as well, so who knows?
I plan to trick both of these guys.
That blows my mind. That have you heard the Yardbirds?
No, haven't heard.
No, that's So that was Jimmy. I believe that's Jimmy Page's first band with I want to say Jeff Beck. Can you Google the Yardbirds? Yeah, so it was like prominent people from Led Zeppelin and was it the Birds or I don't want to butcher this, that's why I want right there. Who's in there? Go to the members, drop down. Yeah, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton. But yeah, Jimmy Page, and then click on Jeff Beck. I forget what band he went to after. Did it show? I have all my music people yelling at the screen right now because I'm having a brain fart about Jeff Beck. Absolutely. Does it show it? No, huh? All right. We'll get back to it. I'll probably do another post if I screwed that up.
Yeah.
But so the guy from White Stripes, what was his name?
Mm-hmm. Jack White.
Jack White.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so he was
Big influence.
Yeah, any
definitely.
others?
The Pixies.
Okay.
Band.
Nice.
Yeah. I think those were the main ones
Yeah.
when I was learning. Like White Stripes is like the most songs I learned when I was first picking it up, and then
Gotcha. Everybody knows Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs I learned. It was
Okay.
easy one, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was good, yeah. And then I didn't feel so bad about like how bad I was because of Jack White. He's like, man, just sound bad, just make some noise and belt some shit out, and you'll feel good.
Yeah. Well, basically, that's. I mean, picking up an instrument, obviously. I mean, you kind of have the expectation of you're gonna learn really quick, but I mean, there's just so much thing. Like, I picked up a guitar and bass on and off since I was like 12. Like, then that's more than 15 years. But that's like on and off. That's like playing for like a week, maybe a couple days, and then putting it down, and then not picking it, and then picking it up in like few hours. But yeah, definitely.
I would say the same about my playing. It's been totally on and off.
Yeah.
Like I picked up my first guitar in high school, which is like 15 years ago, and it was always like on and off. So,
have you always played? I mean, but that's picking up guitar is one thing, but picking up a guitar and singing in front of people, that's a whole other ball game, dude.
Yeah, that took me a while because, I mean, I wrote a few songs and I played around, but I was never like, oh, I can't play this for people. This is like more for me.
Yeah.
And for me to practice and to like experiment and stuff. So when I did start playing, it was just like covers of things. Yeah.
Gotcha. Did you do covers like in your first open mics, or was it originals at your first open mics?
No, it was always covers at first, and it wasn't until I took like a year off school and then just really focused on music that I started writing my own music more and working on it better and just trying to perfect it. And then felt like I was ready to do my own music.
How long do you think that took you to get ready, like from point A where you're like, okay, you know what, I think my stuff is good, and picking up a guitar, and then the first time you actually got on stage on your open mic, like what was the lead time on that?
I don't think I ever felt like I was fully prepared, actually. Yeah. My first one that I was about to do my own music, I was like, man, I'm not ready for this. It's going to sound bad.
So you just kind of just went with it, right?
Yeah. I just kind of accepted that I'm not going to be good at this. I'm not going to be good at it.
I like that. Okay. That's a pretty good attitude, because you can't have the expectation of like, oh, like I'm going to go up there and,
Yeah, no. Well, like I said, my brother had started open mics and started doing a comedy for a while, and then I just would see him bomb, or I'd see comics bomb and stuff, and then I'd started going open mics, and I see musicians do good, and I'd see them do bad, and I'm like, okay, well, it's always hit and miss. It's not going to go how you want. It's not always going to be the equipment you like or whatever. It's just like, do what you can, and if it connects with someone, then that's the best case scenario.
Gotcha. So it was helpful going to open mics and watching performers.
Yeah. I would go to as many as I could and just kind of watch and see how it worked. And eventually I just started going to as many as I could to play. Yeah, and just anything, little coffee shops, little bars. I try to get my own shows, little things that anything I could just practice. And eventually it was like, my goal, I guess, was to be able to play my music the way that I could in my own bedroom for myself, when I'm alone and you're really into it, really feeling it. I'm like, man, if I can express this to like strangers and they can connect with me, then that would be the best thing,
Yeah. And it takes a long time for that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't really tell you. Yeah. It took, it took years to even get the bravery to play my own music. It took years to even write something I felt was okay. Like, okay, I wasn't even like happy with it all the way, I think some of the first songs I started playing open mics, I just don't even play anymore because
okay.
I think they're not that great anymore. Like I moved on and I improved and
Yeah.
What goes through your mind, like when you're performing, whether it's open mic or if you're performing at the coffee shop or anything like that? Like, because I can't even begin to think. Like I'd probably be like, oh my god, I'm so nervous.
I was just up there talking, introducing people, and I was nervous, somewhat.
Yeah, let alone putting your talents out there.
No, it's nerve wracking. I think it doesn't go away. It doesn't really go away, the nervousness.
Okay. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, you just kind of go for it. I don't know. Yeah, I can't really explain it. Like at some point, you're just like, okay, just kind of block everything else out. Yeah. You still feel nervous, but you're just like, I'm gonna do what I can. And then half the time, I'm trying not to think, because if I overthink, I'll forget the lyrics. I'll forget my place. So it really is about trying to like meditate into that state of mind where you're like, okay, I'm here to play music and that's it. And
Yeah.
otherwise, I've been in that situation where I'm like too nervous and I forget my lyrics to my own song. You know.
What do you do at that point?
Sometimes I'm like, okay, that was it.
You cut it off.
I just cut it off. I'm like, okay, that was all. And then sometimes I'll just go with it. And sometimes I'll just start over, but that's rare. At this point, I'll just move on as if it didn't happen. Because I've noticed most of the time people don't even know. They don't know what the song is supposed to sound like, or
Yeah, it's not like, hey, you put a chord somewhere, or you missed a lyric or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think that's what I do now the most. It's just I move on.
Hey, but not yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Not yet,
you know,
exactly. Yeah.
In the future, when people start,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorites from you is "Time Traveling Girl." I think the first time I heard it at the shop, I was like, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you play it on the encore? Was it the first? I can't remember, but I think it was one of the original ones that you went up there and did.
I did?
Or was that your encore song?
No, my encore song was Grounding.
Gotcha. Wherever you played it, dude, I was just like, I connected with that one.
You know, I don't remember playing it at the open mic.
Yeah.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Did he? We have to pull the video.
I don't know.
I think you did. I think you did, because when I was going through your Spotify and I was going through the songs, I was like, fuck, I remember this song. Like, I remember it. I think you opened with that one.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, if my memory is serving me right in young age, then I think that that was your opening
We're
song.
gonna have to run the recording.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. Yeah, but no, like that one's awesome.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me.
Yeah, dude. Just overall chord progression and just overall lyrics with the chords. It's really cool. I like the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
Wow.
Really good song.
That's I think that's one that most people tend to like most.
They
Yeah.
gravitate towards that one.
That's a popular one.
It is. It's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
At least in the small shows I've played, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
the few friends that listen to my music.
Okay. Are you working on anything now besides voice memos? And by the way, voice memos, and we'll pull up his Spotify later, but voice memos, that's your first album. Are they demos? I mean, I don't want to butcher your stuff.
Yeah, some of them are demos. Some of them are old recordings that I did way back years ago when I was first like writing these songs. And so it was kind of a way to keep track of, you know, what I was creating and how it sounded at the time. And then years later, I'm like, well, you know, SoundCloud, I had this stuff on SoundCloud. It was pretty bad recordings. I had nothing like really grouped together like in an album or anything, just random songs that might not sound good. So I took a bunch of them, I edited them. I don't know how to do that very well, so I did what I could on some software I found online. And then some of them I recorded over a little bit with guitar or new vocals, and then that's what ended up becoming the whole album.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so it was just kind of like a learning curve.
A huge learning curve, yeah. Yeah, because some of I have used effects in the past when I used to have an iPad, so some of the songs have like some like sound effects and stuff that I don't usually use. Usually I play acoustic.
Just straight acoustic, no reverb or anything like that on the tracks.
I'll add some reverb.
Yeah.
I'll add some an equalizer and then kind of I'll do what I can, but I don't know much about editing, so it's very minimal.
Okay. Yeah, and it works out perfect. It works out great. But aside from voice memos, are you working on anything currently?
Not actively.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like a set goal of when I'll be done, but I do want to put together another, either like an EP or a short album.
Gotcha. Do you have stuff that you have in your list that is not on voice memos?
Yeah. So anything new that I'd put out would be completely new songs that aren't on voice memos.
Gotcha.
Yeah, although I have thought about doing just a pure acoustic of some songs that are voice memos and some new ones. That
Oh, okay, cool.
done, yeah.
You have to, dude. Your cover by Mac DeMarco.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, that was
Oh, wow.
fucking cool. Yeah, yeah. I was
Thank you.
scrolling through, and then it pops up, and I'm like, "This is a really fucking good song." Like nobody
Great
knows,
song.
nobody knows how fucking great this song is. And then,
Yeah.
who else does a cover of it? That one that one actor from Stranger Things. You know, he has a
Oh.
band.
Really?
Yeah, he has a band,
Oh,
and
the one that plays Will, I think.
can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in like a band, and they cover that song.
Wow.
So the first how I discovered it was a friend of mine. She sent me a TikTok video of the kid playing the song. Or no, she didn't send it to me. She played it on her story, and I heard it, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like that's Mac DeMarco's song, but that's not Mac DeMarco." And I asked her, I was like, "Hey, like who's singing this song?" And she sends me the video, and I'm like, "That kid looks exactly like the kid from Stranger Things." So I started looking up more, and
I think I have seen that video.
His name
Right.
is Finn.
Right, yeah.
his name is Finn in the movie, right? But what's
Also,
his?
the guy
No,
Steve.
that's his name. His name is Finn, and in the show he's
Oh, so Finn Wolfhard.
Mhm.
Imagine that name.
Wow.
Finn Wolfhard
And
is
Joe Keery too is a musician.
yeah. So it on this thing it says 10 Stranger Things stars who are also musicians. So.
Wow, they got a lot of on there, huh?
right.
Musicians. I just started listening to Joe Keery actually because I found out recently he had a band too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty mellow stuff. Yeah, so things I'm into for sure.
hmm
It's good.
Do you listen to City and Color?
I haven't heard of him.
No.
Yeah.
No, before we leave, when I was listening to your stuff today, we're in the car coming back from Paramount, and I was like, you know what, like, you have, I don't want to say a similar sound, but just like the whole the vibe, I guess you want to say, if you will. I mean, I don't know, because they do a lot of acoustic stuff, or the front man does a lot of acoustic stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, City and Color, and there's like he's in another band too, or something like that. But other than like Jack White and everything, are you into any other genres of music that is totally not similar to what you play?
Oh, I think most of the music I listen to is not like what I play.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. I mean, Jack White and Pixies kind of,
okay,
you can kind of hear the influences, I guess, in some of the music. But I also have like a really wide variety of music. Like Mac DeMarco is a good one I started listening to not too long ago, actually.
Mac DeMarco.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Dog is really cool too.
Love Dr. Dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Love him. Yeah. Love Dr. Dog. Devendra Banhart.
Okay.
Kate LeBon. Like lately, just kind of like mellow stuff like that. I'm
Gotcha.
like really into.
Anything
Yeah,
in
like-
Spanish?
Café Tacuba.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that always go to Café
Yeah.
de Cuba.
That's one of the main ones. My sister listened to a lot of Mexican rock when I was
Okay.
younger, and I like that, but I never really picked up on it. But I've been to like shows with her,
Oh yeah.
see Enanitos Verdes, and
Nice.
yeah.
Are you the youngest? How many siblings do you have?
Oh, I have. I think there's 6 of us.
Oh,
Lose
okay.
track. There's a lot of us. Yeah, I have 2 older brothers, 2 older sisters. Then there's me, and I have a little sister.
Are they all musically inclined like you, or are you the
Oh.
only artist in the family?
I'm the only one. Actually, my brother used to take singing. and
Oh,
dance
besides
classes.
the comic, right? Besides
Right.
the
Yeah,
okay.
he used to sing and dance and stuff when he was younger. He took
Okay.
lessons and stuff. But I'm the only one who like picked up on an instrument and just went with it.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah, everyone's surprised all the time.
Yeah?
Well, growing up, I'd play in the house all the time, and everybody hated me because I'm practicing. I sound bad, like everyone's tired of the noise. It's just like really funny. But now they're really proud of me.
Okay.
They're like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
it all worked out, I guess.
Is your brother still doing stand-up comedy?
Yeah, he is.
He is?
Yeah, he tries to be pretty active out in San Diego.
Okay. Is he out in San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask. I was like, you bring him next time we have the open mic.
He might be down to come visit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do another show next month.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to participate.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Do we have a date on that? Not yet.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
But yeah, well, I'll release it soon. So hopefully next week, we'll have like the signups.
The final date.
So I know that at open mic, one of your songs, you said that you had written it because it was something you were battling with, like mental health, right?
Oh yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit more of that? Like how does your music now reflect like maybe things that you're going through or went through or anything like that? Like
Yeah, no, I think music has always been a tool for me to cope with any kind of depression. I'm very depressive prone. And even when I started learning guitar, like the first stuff I wrote was for my dad who passed away when I was really young. And that's like stuff that I felt really deeply and really helped me cope with a lot of feelings that I couldn't really put into words or get out like normally. So that's stayed with me ever since. You know, all my music is very personal. It helps me cope with things. It helps me reflect on things. It helps me look back on things. And then it helps me feel less alone because if someone else can connect with that kind of music, then that means a lot to me, you know. That means a lot to both of us, I would say. So I still try to write about the human condition, things that we all feel, loneliness, happiness, change, fear, you know, all that stuff that everybody goes through. And I try to keep that in mind when I write. So none of my songs are specifically about anybody or about any particular thing in my life. It's just kind of feelings that I'm like, okay, maybe someone can relate to this.
Gotcha. And a lot of people can relate to depression and, you know, anxiety or whatever human emotion we feel on any given basis daily, right?
Yeah, and that means a lot. I think what kept me going with that was after very early on when I started playing open mics was that this lady came up after the show. I happened to play 2 songs that were specifically about depression. She came up to me after and she's like, none of my friends know this. She was with a group of people. She's like, none of my friends know this, but I've been dealing with depression. It's been pretty bad. And like your songs really meant a lot to me. And she gave me a hug and I was like, man, this is something I want to keep doing, you know, I want to keep going for that. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that must have been a freaking cool ass moment.
It was
Like,
amazing,
like I get like, but your creative extension reached out to that person, and it was your words, but it was all your music. Like it was your vibrations that you were creating with your hands and your fingers, and just like you're all over your overall creative thing that you did, and somebody fucking connected with that.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass, dude.
A lot goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to wrap my mind around even now. Like, even at the open mic last time, I was totally surprised by the reaction I got.
Dude, you were good.
They were like, otra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was, and that's I mean, that's what keeps me wanting to go back. You know?
Yeah.
It's such a great thing to connect with people on any level, you know, if you just enjoy the music, if you connect with the lyrics or the sentiment or whatever, like, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally is. Like doing music, I think just any type of creative stuff, playing music, doing art. Do you do any other activities besides music?
I started teaching myself how to sketch.
Okay.
Yeah, I found this sketch artist, like a traveling sketch artist on Instagram. Took his Patreon class. His name's Kevin Zinch.
Okay.
And it's like a cheap $5 a month class, but he does like videos and stuff that help you like get better at sketching. And it's not like fine art, you know, it just like doodle some messy thing from when you're that you're observing or whatever, you know. So again, like I connected back to the music. I'm like, okay, I can make some doodly, messy thing and then build on it and suck at it and then maybe see if something comes from it. I've always wanted to be a cartoonist, or when I was little, I wanted to be a cartoonist. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep learning to draw. I'm gonna teach myself now.
Gotcha. I can totally see that. Like being a cartoonist, absolutely. I think just cartoons. Like imagine, like I think about it. Like if I had the resources and if I had, you know, the catalyst to make a show like I don't know, like Family Guy or you know, The Simpsons or something, and just do like voices over the animations and stuff. I tried it. I tried doing animation, but it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, and it's not even just the animation and just you're basically you're learning a whole new language on the software. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, it is.
Like
really...
like what this does this, and but even before that, like you have to, because there's these I forgot what they're called, but on Illustrator, it was an Adobe, like Adobe Cloud type of program, but that you had to draw the stuff out first, and each frame of the cartoon, and then plug each frame back into the other program and have it move certain degrees. Yeah, it's a lot. Like I don't know how people, but people do it.
Yeah,
and they're pros at it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, especially learning something new.
Yeah, learning something new.
Yeah,
for sure.
I really like your approach though on things like the whole thing, like, you know, you're gonna suck, right, at some point, but you keep going. So like Gill and I went last week. We went to open mic, but like a comedy night, and it was fun. It was really fun because a lot of people were like, "It's my first time," and everyone's like, you know, like like giving them like porras, you know, like hyping them up, and yeah, a lot of them sucked, but it's just so commendable when people have that mindset of I'm gonna suck at this point, but at some point I'm gonna be good at it, you know, and I think or at least for myself, speaking for myself, like I fear failing, so I don't even I won't even do it because in my mind I already failed.
Yeah, that definitely holds a lot of people back.
Yeah, we all suck at the first thing that we do. Like it's just there. Tell me one story. Tell me one story where somebody just picks up something and becomes an expert, or they become a professional at that thing that they do. There's no story like that. There's nothing like that. I mean, nothing that I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Yeah.
You got to suck first before you get any better. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You just have to suck before you start anything.
Yep.
And not fear failure.
And not fear it. Because
or at least accept it.
Yeah, accept the failure. But failing is good in retrospect. Failing's good because you fail and you look at how you failed and you get better. You get better at your failing.
Yeah.
For the most part, right?
Yeah. Right before that, you think this is going to be the worst thing I ever do, you know, if I fail at it, that's going to be the worst thing. But then you realize it passes and it's over and then nothing happens. And you're just like, what do I do now, you know?
That's it.
And so people don't do things because they're afraid, but then they realize, you know, even if they fail, like nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, life goes on. You can try different things. You can change yourself in different ways.
Yeah. Like we're not splitting. I mean, we're not doing, it's not heart surgery. We're just getting in front of people and talking. We're getting in front of people and trying to make them smile. We're trying to give them something that they may enjoy. Yeah. And you have to enjoy yourself while you do it. You know, sometimes it gets nerve-wracking, right? And Amber can agree that it gets nerve-wracking, and she's not even the one on stage.
Hey, don't be don't be airing my dirty laundry.
But I mean, he has a great approach to that. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, how many times did you go through going through like open mics to where you finally like, damn, like that's the key. That's the key to doing this.
Few months at least trying to go weekly, like multiple open mics a week. Like I think 4 to 5 I try to hit.
Damn, really? 4 to 5?
Yeah. So when I wasn't working, I worked at a grocery store. When I wasn't working, I try to work early, but when I wasn't working, I'd just try and find somewhere to play. A coffee shop, I'd ask them, could I just set up, play for the day?
Oh, cool.
Hour, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can come set up at ours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things to do because I had friends who worked at this little independent coffee shop where I was at, and they'd let me play whenever I want. That was beautiful.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was one of my main places to go. And
well, you're not far from the shop, so
yeah, no, I'd love to do that. That's what I want to try, but get back to, you know.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah. So it took months of like doing it weekly on a weekly basis and just kind of accepting it, you know, and looking back and recording things and looking back on myself and seeing where could I improve and what sounded okay and yeah.
Yeah, basically it's just trial and error.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like how are you going to know how to do something if you don't do it?
Yeah. And then a lot of it is also just building up, doing it past your nerves. Because you can go up and you can play a song and it's done, but you're like, man, I'm really bummed I didn't play it how I wanted to, you know? Like I got some songs, I got like some cool things that I do, and sometimes I'm too afraid to play them because I'm like, what if I mess them up? Like I still get that, you know?
Yeah.
I still get that, obviously, but I'm like, right in the moment where I'm like, oh man, my fingers are cramping or something. I'm like, I can't play that part or whatever, you know, it's gonna sound bad or whatever. And then just kind of getting past that nervousness, I guess.
Yeah.
Accepting it.
Yeah. Accepting it. Like it's not even getting past it, but you're just accepting that.
Yeah, exactly. Like like you said, the nervousness doesn't really go away.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Even this, like I'm at 97 episodes and I still get I get the jitters. I go to the restroom like 5 times.
Right before he's like, I'm nervous.
I have the today I had a tall can of beer just to calm my nerves.
Nice.
But I mean and even 200 episode 200 I'm gonna be nervous.
Yeah.
Episode 300 I'm gonna be nervous. Episode 1567 I'm gonna be nervous.
But I feel like that's the adrenaline, that's the drive, because like what Gill was saying earlier, when I wasn't even, you know, up on stage for the open mic, but I was so nervous because I'm like, are people gonna show up? Are they here? Is everything gonna go good? Are the performers coming? And then I get like tingly sensation, and he's like looking at me like, chill out. And I'm like, I can't help it. It's something I like to do, and we all want it to go well.
It means a lot. It means a lot to you, you know.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you know, it means a lot to you because you're getting visceral, and like you're getting your emotions are showing.
Yeah.
Physically. I mean, she almost passed out. I had to go back. I had to go in the office and like, I don't know.
Him and like everybody that went in was like, it's okay. There's nothing you can do anymore. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I was so angry. I was like, don't tell me anything.
An angry, nervous person.
Let me go through the emotions. And I think that's what makes us human. And that kind of makes, you know, these things that we're doing, kind of real, is that the whole emotion, you know, whether we're nervous or scared or whatever, and then after we do it, we're like, fuck yeah, like we did it. And then it's this like high, and then you just want to redo the cycle all over again.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is addictive.
Yeah.
Keep trying to do it.
Yeah, like the last one, I had a guest, Ray, and we are talking about how I like your version of accepting that nervousness versus, what was I saying? Like, I love it. Like, I like it. Like,
I love being uncomfortable.
The uncomfortable part, the nervousness. Like, I was telling him, like, dude, I love it. I love it. I was sounding like a masochist or something. But, yeah, I was telling him, but you have to. Like, I like the way you put it. You have to accept it because that's part of it. You just have to accept that that's going to happen. And you're not a brain surgeon. Like we're not. Nobody's gonna die. Once we get through.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, like freaking going on stage is It's no joke. Not a lot of people do it, you
A
know?
lot of respect to people who do it,
Yeah.
That's why I like going to open mics too. You see a lot of people going for the first time, trying to overcome their fears. I have a lot of respect for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have you ever played with the band or anything like that?
No.
No?
Yeah. No, never have. I always wanted to. I used to play with a friend who had like a little mini studio in his house.
Okay.
He had a bunch of instruments everywhere and we'd jam out a little bit.
Oh, sweet.
That was super fun.
Sounds like me and Adam. me and my friend that we tend to do that. We'll switch off. He plays bass, I play guitar. Cool. For a while I had a drum set at the house that we were staying in. And he'd play the guitar and I'd play drums, and we'll just do like a Black Keys type of
cool.
Deal. And then we'll switch off. He'll play bass, I'll play guitar. But yeah, it's fun. Like
yeah.
it's fun. Like I just jamming out. I can jam out for hours, right, Amber? Like you'd be calling me and be like, "Oh, sorry." Like
I was like, "Why aren't you
for
answering?"
hours? I could do it for hours, man.
Yeah, I know that
Right?
feeling definitely. Yeah, it's hard to find people though.
Mhm.
Like after that friend moved away, I never played with anyone again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it gets hard because everyone has their own style and their own timing and stuff, so it's kind of hard to get.
Yeah, and that was like, so jamming was one thing, but actually trying to write a song with somebody else, I think that's more difficult than just jamming, because when you jam out, you're just expressing, your talents. You're doing one thing. I'll come up with like a nice rock and roll beat, and he'll go over it with some chords. But when we stop and be like, okay, that sounds cool, let's do that again. Let's try it. Let's do that for a couple of measures, and actually try to write a song. And it's just like, no, I want to go this way. We should do this. And it's just like,
yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, it's hard enough writing a song on my own, like having to like share that with someone else. You know, I'm sure it's hard. Yeah, I have trouble keeping up. Like when I do try to play with the people now, so I think it's just so much time just being on my own and my own habits.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that you just like you wanted to quit, like you were done with music? And has that ever? No.
Yeah, I've never felt that way. I think early on I was like, even if nothing comes of this, like I want to keep learning and I want to keep playing for as long as I can, as long as my body can take it. my hands, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
And never had like really a goal to be like famous or like really even play at open mics. When I first started playing, I'm just like, you know what? I love guitar. It's been really meaningful for me, and I'm just always going to try and play and learn. And yeah, it's always been my goal, at least now even.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I can't even imagine how. I mean, you're really good. I don't know what to say. Like it's yeah. Where do you get all this humbleness from, man? I gotta know.
Years of my family telling me to shut up, to keep it down, and I'm like, oh, my
He's
bad.
like, I was raised in a Latino household.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's always
They'll
the
humble you real fast.
yeah. That's always the go-to, isn't it?
Or like all those memes that are like, you think you can make me cry? Yeah, right. I was raised in a Latino household, so it's kind of
Exactly.
the same thing, right? Same
Yeah,
concept?
yeah. So I had a lot of, and then having so many brothers and sisters, like they get annoyed.
Yeah.
At me playing music.
Yeah. So
Guitar.
I mean, my siblings don't want to hear me play. Like, you think a stranger doesn't want to hear me play? You think that's gonna hurt me? You're wrong on that one, okay, pal?
Yeah. So it was really just more for me,
Yeah.
When I started playing, it was more like I want to challenge myself and see if I can put myself out there and be vulnerable, even if it doesn't work out for whatever reason.
And that's tough. That's the one thing that nobody really thinks about going up and doing anything in front of people. Is you're opening yourself up and you're being vulnerable at that point, because you're just out there and in front of people, and you're being judged.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, you're being judged.
Yeah, you have to be.
There's just no way around it. That's happening.
Yeah. One of my biggest fears actually is going to a show and like everyone's really nice to you and it's like, oh, you did great and stuff, and then they're just being nice because you actually aren't good at all and you sucked, you know.
Gotcha.
I just assume that's what's happening every time, honestly.
So if you suck, you want us to be real and tell you sucked or no?
Yeah. I mean, I would be like, I would appreciate it. And they're like, you know what, that wasn't your best performance.
Okay.
Like, you know what, okay. Because usually I think the same thing. I can tell, I can play and feel really good about playing and the whole performance and how I did. And other times I'm just like, you know what, my voice was off, my fingers were off, like my timing, everything just was off. I didn't play it how I wanted to, you know, and wasn't good.
What did you feel leaving Paramount after the open mic that we put on?
I felt like I didn't do that good.
Really?
Because I hadn't played in a
You can do
while.
better?
Well, I hadn't played in a while.
We're like, whoa.
I guess so. I guess I feel like I could do better. Yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't played it for a while. I hadn't played in front of people for a while. So I was really nervous. I kept messing up. I guess nobody noticed.
We didn't know.
No.
Exactly. So that,
Nobody did.
Comes back to that. Like nobody really even. Yeah. So, but I played past it, and I just kind of. I think I did the last song good.
Okay. By your standards.
Yeah.
By Alejandro's standards.
Well, we
Gotcha.
weren't lying to you. You
Yeah.
really did good.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, "Hey, dude, you're good," when you weren't. Like, I just that's not my character. No, but I like
Yeah.
constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's helpful.
it sucks that some people would be like, you know what, you weren't that good, right? But I mean, my retort to somebody telling me that would be like, okay, well, give me pointers. Like, why didn't what didn't you like about it?
Yeah.
Help me be better.
That's what I would want. Yeah. Not
Okay.
just someone being like, you sucked. Bye.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, I would. Yeah. If someone tells me I didn't do good, I would appreciate them telling me why.
But would you guys really like change it? Because I always feel like one person. What does my nephew say? Don't yuck my yum. And like for one person, it's great, and for somebody else, it's not. And
Yeah.
I mean, where do you find the balance of who liked it, who didn't, and where do you actually need to improve and not?
Well, I think just starting off with the fact that not everyone's gonna like your stuff, be into your kind of music or your kind of art or whatever. And then there's like it depends on how they talk to you about it. I think like some people will be like, you know what, that was really good, but you can work on your vocals, or that was really good, but your guitar work could, you know, use some work. And that's how I can say, okay, it's pretty good then. And most of the time though, I don't lean into those opinions. Like people have told me like, why don't you change these lyrics, or why don't you change this type of guitar strum or whatever, you know, they'll give me suggestions, and I'll listen to them and I'll take them to heart, but I don't always change it. It comes down to what I feel like, how I feel about my music.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. Like when I play it, I'm like, do I like it? Do I love it? You know, would I listen to this or something, you know? So
Yeah, that's main, like that's the main thing, like with creating any, at least for me, like creating something, it's something that you would want to look at, or you would want to listen to, or you know, anything like that. Is that pretty much the same with you? Like this song is awesome, I'm not gonna fuck with it because it is something that I would definitely listen to. Is it like that for you?
Yeah, something like that. Or I've got it to a point where I'm like, I feel really good about it, and I'm like, I don't need to change it anymore. You know?
Right.
I don't need to worry about it.
Even if somebody asked you like, hey bro, you need a, maybe this chord can go here, and
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I used to date someone who was like, at one point, I felt really good about this song, and she's like, you know what, your lyrics, aren't. You know, she was trying to say they're not that great.
really?
Yeah, and she was like, "Why don't you try something a little more original? Because that's kind of I'm blanking on the word that what's been done, you know."
Yeah.
it's been done too much. So
Like a cliche.
Cliche, yeah. She's like, oh, some of your lyrics are a little cliche. You know, why don't you try something else or stuff? You know, I'm like, you know what? No.
No.
I appreciate that, but like, and she was like trying to help, and
Yeah.
I took that into account as I wrote more music. You know, as I grew with musically. But for that song, I was like, I'm done with that. You know.
Yeah.
And if it's, and you know what? Eventually, a lot of songs I just kind of let go and forget about and don't play anymore anyway. So if it's time to like improve on it, I usually just write a new song.
Gotcha. Okay, instead of Frankensteining it, putting it together, fixing it up a little bit.
Well, I'll do that still a little bit, you know, but if I feel like a song's good, then I'll just leave it alone, you know, or let it die. If it's not, if I realize it's not, which I have before, I'm like the song, look back on it, and I'm like, you know what, this song isn't that great. I can let it go, and then just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Like studio work. Have you ever been in a studio? Do you work in a studio or anything like that?
No, all my recording I've either done on my phone, my iPad, or my laptop.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's been a lot of like learning different softwares. Like when I had my iPad, they have that
GarageBand.
Trying to use that. When I had my laptop, when I got my laptop, or I've had a laptop, but when I got like software for it, it's just whatever I found from like this microphone I bought. So
Oh, okay.
I have to learn that, you know, and see how that worked. Or on my phone, I'll just look for apps that can do like multi-tracks and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's been a lot of whatever I can put together.
Whatever you can use, put together, get your hands on.
Yeah. So I wouldn't know what to do with myself in a studio anyway, I guess. I've always done my own thing, and it's always been pretty raw. And like one of the songs on Voice Memos was recorded in a park.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
The intro, the hide and seek.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
Yeah, it was my friend.
You're gonna see like a spike in your listens this month.
They're gonna be like
great.
a park song.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So I kind of like that sound though, the kind of lo-fi, kind of dirty quality. You know, that kind of gives it like it's my thing. You know, it's not like this like professional. Like, musician. I'm just like a dude that's like making some sounds, you know?
Yeah. Making some sounds, making some noise.
Yeah.
To hope to connect to somebody, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Which it did in that one gig. That
was great.
Yeah. Have you had any other experiences like that with another person? Like talking about your music?
Oh.
Randomly?
Like in a good way or bad way?
Good way, bad way. They're all ways, man.
I've had people like come up after open mics and say like I need a little more of something, you know, I have potential. And I've had other people say they really love the music and they really connected or they like the performance, you know. But that's the extent of it pretty much. Yeah.
What's a short term and a long term goal for you?
Short term, I'm trying to I'm in school right now, but I'm not taking courses anymore. So I'm trying to finish up whatever recordings I have that I'm planning for this next album, which is very up in the air still. Like I have an idea of what songs I want to put on there that aren't on Voice Memos. But also there's other things I want to add to it, like instrumentals and stuff that I'm still working on. So short term, that's what I want to like finish up by the end of this year. Which is only like 4 months or something like, yeah. So, and then nothing long term, like no long term plans. Yeah. I think just keep playing open mics. That's like my hope that I can just keep playing music, random little spots and eventually like keep writing.
Okay.
I don't feel like I've been writing a lot. I think I wrote one song in the past 2 years.
What's your writing process?
It depends. Like that year I took off to just focus on music. I would just sit with my guitar. I'd play a bunch of stuff. I'd play for hours. And then I'd pick from that, like things that I liked that sounded good, just guitar wise.
Certain songs, is it the chords that come first, or is it the lyrics, or is it just it just depends on how you're feeling that day?
I think for some songs it was lyrics first, but for the most part it's been just like finding a sound that I like while I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm playing just random stuff,
off the
combining chords and riffs and
off the cuff, and
Yeah.
just you have this melody in your head.
yeah.
You're like, okay, shit, I have to write this down.
Yeah, and so I'll get that stuck in my head. I'll record it on my phone if I feel like I'm about to do something that's okay.
Mhm.
And I have tons of recordings that just go, nothing happens with them, But I'll always have my phone ready to record while I'm playing. And if I feel like I'm creating something suddenly, which will happen sometimes, I'm like, okay, let me record this. I'll save the recording. I'll play again. I'll build on it. I'll eventually have a good chunk of music, and then I'll start thinking of the lyrics. And then I'm a writer, so I write a lot. I've written my whole life. I have notebooks full of writing, poems, prose, and stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you're studying in college right now?
Now I'm doing physics.
Physics, really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's totally the opposite of
Yeah.
anything artistic, but I think it's a good balance so far.
Right.
Yeah, but once I have a good chunk of music, then I can think about what I can write to it, and I think that's the best process for me so far.
Gotcha. So you're a writer all day.
Yeah, and I think you can kind of see that in a lot of my songs. It's not musically not very advanced or complicated or anything. It's mostly I would say focused on the vocals, so
Yeah.
it comes out through that.
Yeah. Raw sound, but heavy vocals. And do you think that most of your songs are up for interpretation, or they're pretty much black and white, what the lyrics say?
I think they're very much up for interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because some of the times, it's a vague feeling that I'm trying to express, or maybe just some words that I put together that I feel sounded good and might not mean the same thing to everybody,
Right.
So I think, yeah, whatever you get from it is whatever you get.
Do you think because you're studying physics right now that how do I phrase this question? So because you're studying physics, because that's so heavily on your I tend to use this all the time, your editor brain, or your right side of the brain, left side, whatever the hell it is, that's not your creative side of the brain. Does it help you write better when you feel like you're working on something so heavily intensive like physics?
I don't think so. I don't think I use physics.
No.
With music. Yeah. I don't think I've combined that.
What's physics anyways? Can you tell me what physics is? Because maybe I'm thinking of something totally different.
It's hard to put into words because there's so many fields within the word physics.
Okay.
But I think it would come down to just problem solving.
Okay.
That's what you get trained to do. You become a problem solver.
Really?
And you can use computer science, you can use mathematics or engineering or whatever you need to solve your problem.
What field of physics are you studying?
So I do condensed matter physics, which is mostly material science. So properties like electrical, magnetic, or strength of materials, that type of stuff. It all comes down to the molecular structure or the types of atoms or the types of bonds that they have. So that's what I focus on.
Damn. Is it a lot of is it heavily in arithmetic? Is it a lot of word problems, statistics?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. The math's super heavy. You need to learn a little bit of computer science, programming. There's a lot of theory, old school, physics theories you need to pick up and understand. And then new modern technology in physics you need to understand, and all kinds of, the way you approach physics is because it sounds like a lot, right? Everyone starts with the basics, mechanics, how things move, electricity and magnetism. which go hand in hand because one gives rise to the other. There's quantum physics, which is just means that once you get small enough, everything works differently than our everyday world. And I think another one would be thermodynamics, which is the like science of how energy gets transferred, like heat and stuff.
How long have you been studying this for?
Well, I'm in my last year of my master's. So
Really?
yeah, I got
Okay.
I have my degree.
Damn. Okay.
And it's been my third year in the master's. So altogether, it'll be like, well, I don't know. I mean, in my undergrad, I went to community college, and that was like on and off for like 7 years. So like I transferred, finally, like, you know, buckled down, got my degree, and then I started the master's program a year after graduating.
Dude.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Yeah. So it works for me because I'm an overthinker.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all it takes. You know, just, like, going deeper and deeper into every problem, you know.
Yeah.
Deeper than most people care or worry about, or even sometimes you even need to. And then it's also, like I said, problem solving, and then looking at things in the big picture. You know, not getting bogged down by the details, and like getting understanding of how like large structures work, or the majority of a structure works, or something.
Damn.
Or phenomena.
So I have a question.
That's pretty heavy.
My brain's already on overload with the physics stuff. No, I'm just kidding. So we haven't even touched base on the name of who you are, your artist name.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to tell us what your artist name is and kind of how did that?
Yeah, it's a really funny story that I just... So I was dating this girl, and... Well, no, I think it started when I was like learning guitar in my room. I would sit at my desk for hours at a time, and there was like these little ceramic figurines on the on my shelf that my mom had given me, or friends had given me, or relatives that brought from Mexico and stuff. So I had a bunch of little figurines, like ceramic ones. So there was literally ceramic turtles in front of me when I was like learning guitar and playing a bunch, at least really early on. I kept those figurines like my whole life. They're with my sister now in like San Diego, but even when I started dating this girl, she's like, "Oh, my dad calls my mom Pooh or something, some weird name," and she's like, "I don't like that name. Don't call me that." So he started calling her Poodle. And Turtle. And I was like, "Oh, Turtle with a D, like I like that."
Yeah.
And so I was like playing around with the name like Ceramic Turdle, just based on like from what when I started learning guitar. And then I was like, you know what, I really like that play on words, I'm gonna go with it. And then just kind of a silly thing that I kept and fell in love with, and has been rolling with ever since. That was like way in the beginning. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a cool little story.
Yeah.
You know, when people ask you, I thought it was funny the way you described on how to spell it.
Yeah.
That was
on stage.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, I love doing it. It gets me every time.
What was it? I forgot.
It's Ceramic Turdle. That's turtle with a D, like a turd. Yeah. So I kind of love that. And then I guess on a little deeper level, it's just like, kind of like feeling like shit sometimes, you know?
Oh, okay.
And just like feeling stuck sometimes, like very much like underlying metaphor, I guess, the whole ceramic turtle made of shit, you know?
You just have like hidden gems everywhere in your lyrics, in your music, in your name.
Little secrets, yeah.
Everything just ties in together, dude. Jeez.
Yeah.
You're like an onion. You got
peel back the layers to Ceramic Turdle.
I guess so. You know, I don't think about it a lot, but yeah, there is a lot of things that tie my whole life together. Like you said, it's a good way to put it. Yeah. Little secret things that I'll
little little breadcrumbs to Alejandro, and
I like that.
And the way he does things in his life with music. But you brought your guitar.
Yeah.
We're gonna play something, or
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you wanna play for us?
I don't know. You think should I play something from voice memos or something that's not on there?
What do you think?
Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah,
right
whatever
now.
you're feeling, man.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
We're your guest.
All right.
Whatever you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling. It's Alejandro, Ceramic Turdle. I'm gonna go ahead and put this.
And then we're gonna say after otra.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, encore. That means encore for whoever doesn't understand Spanish.
And the distance, you're good on that one.
Yeah, is this good? Should I move this?
That's on.
Okay. So I think I played this at the open mic.
Okay.
Excuse me. But it's a song I've been working on for a while. It's not on voice memos. So I'm planning on putting in the next one. So hopefully that gets people excited.
What is it called?
It's called River.
River.
I wrote it when I was on an internship in Tennessee. There's a huge river there I would hang out by. And yeah, I'm not sure what inspired it except well, actually, yeah, no, it's inspired by a poem by William Stafford, actually.
William Stafford. Okay.
William Stafford. It's called Ask Me. It's a poem about looking back on life as a river and then realizing there's like no one moment you can get stuck on, you know? It's like, unless the river's frozen, unless it's ice, then you can reflect on your life. It's like waiting for those moments in your life when you can give things meaning instead of being like, this is the worst thing that's happened to me, or this is the greatest thing, you know? Either way, it's just like you can't assign meaning to things until later on when you look back on it.
All right. So this Ceramic Turdle, and this is River.
Oh, sweet river, running through my mind, so sweet and bitter. Please don't take my eyes away. Won't you slow down for me, just for one night, please, please. Oh, oh, slow. Oh, and won't you slow down for me, just for one night, please, please. Oh, oh, slow. Oh, I can see clearly now, frozen in your eyes, miles and miles of moments of my life. Such cold winters there, such warm summer nights.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Otra.
That was awesome. And then I have to say what I said at the open mic. They want another one. You got another one?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sure.
It's up to you, man. We can, if you got another one, we can.
I got plenty.
We can roll through. But yeah, man, that's awesome. I think just being in here, just you. There's nobody else. It's just me and our producer right there in the back. Thank you. Like I appreciate you coming out here and doing that and doing this. And so what do you got next?
So next I'll play Time Traveling Girl.
Okay. Oh, one of my favorites.
Just for you.
One of my favorites. Time Traveling Girl. Ceramic Turdle.
Yes. Time traveling girl, take a look in my eyes. Don't wanna check, but you're the love of my life. I'm gonna see you again, but I'll still say goodbye. 'Cause every time that we kiss, it's like the very first time. Take me back to all those good memories and move me forward so that I can see. You said, I'm from a different world, I'll see you there. I'm from a distant time, but you'll be there too soon. And I've seen it all before, and I just don't care. 'Cause I've seen it all before, and I just don't care now. And I don't really want to die, but I won't go slow. And I don't want you in my life, but can I see you tomorrow? So you can take me back to all those good memories and move me forward so that I can see.
Bro.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for doing that.
Oh, thank you for having me and asking me to it.
Thanks for coming out. Like freaking private sesh. Awesome, man.
Love it.
Yeah. So one more question and we'll start wrapping it up. But like, what gave you the inspiration for Time Traveling Girl?
Falling in love with somebody who was like too scared to start anything. I think it's just the uncertainty of like relationships,
Okay.
you know, and wanting to like feeling like you can time travel from like when you're starting one, you like look back on your old relationships, all the good stuff, you know, and all the bad stuff. The bad stuff scares you. The good stuff gets you excited. And then when you first start out, you're just like, the honeymoon stage. You're looking forward to all these things, and at the same time, you're scared and you don't know what to do. And yeah, I don't know, a lot of stuff, a lot of that stuff, I guess.
Okay.
That relationship anxiety.
Good, man. Alex, thanks for stopping by and talking to me and us, and go ahead and take some time where we can find all your stuff.
Where?
Yeah, where can we find you?
Probably
your plugs, anything you want to plug in.
My Instagram is Ceramic Turdle, one word with turtle with a D. That's I post videos and stuff there. It also has the link tree to my Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all that stuff. For the most part, it's the same kind of music, except SoundCloud does have like some older raw stuff that sounds kind of bad, but it's on there. So yeah, my voice memos is on Apple Music and on Spotify.
Sweet. And you have a YouTube channel on there too? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel too. I post, I'm trying to be more regular with it, but I post videos on there also.
Sweet.
Longer ones than Instagram, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, so all the links that you just talked about, Alejandro, Ceramic Turdle, I will throw down in the show description. So if you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, all of Alex or Alejandro's Ceramic Turdles links will be down in the show notes. And I don't know. That was it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. It was great.
We got through it, pal.
Yeah.
Your first podcast appearance probably won't be the last, man.
I hope so.
I appreciate that. We got to talk about coming on again. I'm working on some projects, so we'll talk offline about all the projects. So
The Mind Bus.
that was it. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
I'll see you later. Thanks, man. Okay, you can stop. 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 Okay, you can stop.